Do you ever feel guilty for not being happy enough? For not smiling when you're supposed to? For feeling sadness, emptiness, or anger while the world screams, just stay positive? Modern society has turned happiness into a moral duty and sadness into a failure. We're told to manifest joy, to ignore negativity, and to always keep a smile, even when we're breaking inside. But here's the question Nietzsche would ask. What if this obsession with happiness is what's making us miserable? In this video, we're going to uncover Nietzsche's antidote to toxic positivity, how his dark philosophy exposes a lie of good vibes only, and why embracing your suffering may be the only path to real strength, growth, and meaning. Watch till the end, because what you'll discover could completely change how you see pain, happiness, and your own mind. And if you want to keep exploring the dark truths of modern life, where psychology meets philosophy, then make sure to subscribe to The Hidden Self and join a community that faces the uncomfortable to become unbreakable. We live in a culture addicted to happiness, a world that treats discomfort as disease and sadness as sin. Everywhere you look, we're sold the same message. Be positive. Stay grateful. Don't think negative. But beneath that cheerful surface lies a psychological pressure that's suffocating millions. This is what psychologists now call toxic positivity. The belief that no matter how painful life becomes, you must respond with a smile. It sounds harmless, even helpful, but here's the truth. Toxic positivity invalidates reality. When we suppress sadness, we don't eliminate it. We bury it alive. Studies in emotional psychology show that repressed emotions don't disappear. They turn inward. They resurface as anxiety, burnout, apathy, or even depersonalization, the haunting feeling of being disconnected from yourself. Nietzsche saw this danger long before our age of self-help gurus. He believed that trying to sanitize life, to remove its chaos, pain, and struggle, was a form of spiritual decay. He who despises himself still respects himself as one who despises. Nietzsche thus spoke Zarathustra, meaning, even in self-contempt, there's honesty, but in fake happiness, there's only cowardice. When you pretend to be happy, you're not becoming strong. You're becoming numb. Nietzsche would call our world a herd of smiling slaves. People chained by comfort and illusion, afraid to face the storm within. Nietzsche rebelled against the idea that life should be painless. He saw suffering as the engine of transformation, the raw material out of which greatness is forged. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. We've all heard this line, but few understand its true meaning. For Nietzsche, this wasn't a motivational quote. It was a metaphysical truth. Pain is not the opposite of happiness. It's the source of it. Without struggle, there's no strength. Without despair, no meaning. Without loss, no love. The problem with our modern happiness cult is that it amputates half of human experience. We worship the light, but fear the dark. And in doing so, we lose the ability to see anything clearly. Nietzsche called this the denial of life, a refusal to confront the tragic beauty of existence. He said, man is a rope stretched between beast and Übermensch, a rope over an abyss. That abyss is suffering, and the only way across is through. When you escape pain, you escape growth. When you run from suffering, you run from yourself. This is why Nietzsche's philosophy isn't about happiness. It's about becoming whole. And wholeness demands darkness. So what's Nietzsche's antidote to toxic positivity? It's not pessimism. It's not despair. It's Amor Fati, the love of one's fate. To love your fate means to say yes to everything. Even the pain, even the chaos, even the loss. It's to see every struggle not as punishment, but as a necessary fire that forges your becoming. My formula for greatness in a human being is Amor Fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Nietzsche, ecce homo. Imagine that, wanting nothing to be different, not your past mistakes, not your heartbreak, not even your suffering. It's radical acceptance, but deeper than acceptance, it's love for the chaos that shaped you. Psychologically, this is what modern therapy calls integration. When you embrace discomfort, you integrate your shadow. You stop fighting your emotions and instead, you befriend them. Every feeling, no matter how dark, becomes a teacher. Every wound becomes wisdom in disguise. This is what Nietzsche called the will to power, not the desire to dominate others, but the drive to transform suffering into strength. The more you suffer consciously, the stronger yourself becomes, not because pain is noble, but because it's real. And reality, embraced fully, liberates the soul. So, how do we apply this philosophy in modern life? How do we turn Nietzsche's wisdom into daily practice? Let's explore 3 psychological principles inspired by his thought, ways to transform pain into personal power. 1. Reframe your suffering. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? This is Amor Fati in action, viewing life's chaos as your curriculum. Each hardship hides a lesson in disguise. Rejection teaches resilience. Loss teaches love. Failure teaches focus. The pain itself is not the problem. Your interpretation of pain is. Nietzsche said, there are no facts, only interpretations. If you see suffering as meaningless, it crushes you. If you see it as transformation, it refines you. 2. Stop performing happiness. Modern social media trains us to curate joy, to build a false self. But the pursuit of constant positivity leads to emotional fragmentation. You start to wear a mask. Carl Jung warned about this too, the persona, the mask we present to the world. Behind it lies the shadow, the parts we suppress. When we perform happiness, we exile our sadness, and that exiled part becomes a monster. So, the next time you feel low, don't fake a smile. Sit with your darkness. Write, reflect, let it breathe. That's not weakness, that's healing. 3. Practice Amor Fati daily. Turn Nietzsche's philosophy into ritual. When something painful happens, whisper to yourself, Amor Fati. When you fail, remind yourself, this too is my path. When you're hurt, remember, this will forge me. Over time, your relationship with pain changes. You stop fearing it. You start using it. This is psychological alchemy, turning lead into gold, turning wounds into wisdom. Nietzsche believed that life's meaning is not found, but created, through suffering transformed into strength. To live is to wrestle with the void, and yet to dance with it. One must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star. Nietzsche, that chaos within you, your struggles, your doubts, your pain, it's not something to hide from. It's your birthplace of transformation. If there's one thing you take from this video, let it be this. You don't need to be positive all the time. You need to be real. Because true happiness isn't found in avoiding pain. It's found in embracing it so deeply that it loses its power to break you. Nietzsche didn't want you to smile through suffering. He wanted you to transform through it, to stop chasing shallow comfort, and start living dangerously, authentically, fully, and consciously, in a world obsessed with good vibes. Dare to be real. In a culture addicted to comfort, dare to grow through chaos. In an age terrified of pain, dare to love your fate. That's Nietzsche's antidote to toxic positivity and the path to genuine well-being. If this video resonated with you, subscribe to The Hidden Self, where we explore the dark truths of modern life through psychology and philosophy. Here we confront the shadow, we question the illusion, and we rediscover meaning one truth at a time. Watch till the end of every story we tell, Because sometimes the answers you're running from are hidden inside the darkness you refuse to face. Embrace your suffering. Shape it. Turn it into strength. Nietzsche,